Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and I just got back from the new film Dead Man Down. Victor, played by Colin Farrell, who has started kind of a friendship type of slightly crush on his neighbor who lives across the way from him that he can see from his balcony, Patrice, played by Nomi Rapace. They strike up a friendship, and she shows him a video that he killed someone in his apartment and she saw it, and if he doesn't help her kill the guy who messed up her face in a car accident, then he'll tell the police. And also what's going on as well is that Colin Farrell's gangster boss, played by Terrence Howard, is getting creepy messages in the mail from some unknown person and is being threatened and has had one of his gangster minion guys killed. And then we find out that Colin Farrell's behind the whole thing, that his uncle F. Murray Abraham is behind it as well. And at the same time, one of the gangsters, played by Dominic Cooper, is trying to slowly figure out what is exactly going on and who's behind these threatening messages. And all this is going on in Dead Man Down. Dead Man Down is extremely frustrating, incredibly messy, and just all over the fucking place. I don't think it really knows what it's trying to do. It kind of fails at doing every single one of its plots. This is by the director of the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, not the David Fincher one, the earlier Swedish one. I didn't love that movie. I thought it was alright, but this, like, I never want to see anything by him again. This is the kind of movie idiots think are good, and they're like, oh well, not a lot of people have heard of this, and it's a little weird. I think this movie does try to have a weird, strange structure about it and have all these plot lines going on and appear complicated. It's not structured very well. It kind of pretends like it has a good structure at the beginning and just falls apart going back and forth, and it's very serious. It has like this serious kind of score. This film is way too moody and way too serious. I think if you took a pretentious teenager and made him write a film about mobsters in New York, this is what you would get. Everyone in their performance looks bored. Colin Farrell, who I think he just takes whatever he's offered, and he's really only good at doing like quirky dialogue movies like Seven Psychopaths and In Bruges, or doing a supporting role that's kind of a scene-stealing role. I don't think he's a movie star. I don't know why they keep trying to put him in these like leading man roles. Remember, it was like 2003, and just like they would not stop putting out bad Colin Farrell movies, and this feels like just another one of those, just, you know, another kind of lifeless action movie that'll be in, you know, the $5 bin in a convenience store. There's no great storytelling at foot. It's just like a mishmash of all these different storylines, and if like you had just picked one storyline, you'd have more of a complete movie and one theme throughout it. But this like revenge theme, and how all these people want revenge, and how revenge is dark and gloomy and icky and awful. It's like on Entourage, and they cut to a clip of like Queens Boulevard. I felt like I had to sit through Queens Boulevard. And this movie takes place in New York, but this is not a New York I live in. I mean, this looks like a pre-Giuliani New York, but they all have cell phones and everything. An Idiot from the Midwest version of New York. It's like a fantasy New York, just so dry, and it's like a dry dullness that just like an awful, forgettable B movie. I felt like I was watching something that I would watch 5 minutes of and turn off, and I was stuck there in the theater. I guess it's trying to be like a thriller and have like some surprises. The plot's supposed to like really make me go, oh my god. When revelations would happen, I just wouldn't care. The moaning music and the bad chemistry between the actors, and it was so blandly shot. The only thing that was fun about this movie, they have this big action sequence, and Colin Farrell drives his car through this house and starts shooting people. At least that gave me something to look at. That was probably my favorite part of this movie, because everything else in this movie I don't think worked at all. Colin Farrell has a Hungarian accent, and then he has an Irish accent when he's mad. I don't know what was going on with Colin Farrell's accent in this movie. The meandering and ever-changing plot, and all the stupid surprises. People would just pop up in scenes and they weren't really established very well. It's like an endurance test of a movie. It's like a difficult, pretentious, slow, bad Hollywood movie. I really don't like this movie. It almost like put me in a bad mood. It's just like, ugh, I wish I hadn't done this to myself. So if you have seen Dead Man Down and you would like to talk about it, then comment below in the comments, and subscribe if you would like to.